All right, so we're going to do 2 subtracting integers today. So it says evaluate the expression 32 minus negative 8, rewrite subtraction as adding the opposite. So we're going to change the minus sign here into a plus, and the opposite of negative 8 is positive 8. When we do that, we end up with 32 plus 8, same sign sum, we end up with positive 40. Same thing over here. You're going to change the minus to a plus. The opposite of a negative 4 is a positive 4. And then 17 plus 4 equals, that will be 21. Then they want us to find the difference between 3 and 7. 3 is here, 7 is here, so that is a difference of 1, 2, 3, 4. So the difference between, the distance between 3 and 7 is positive 4. Okay? Now, the elevation of Death Valley is 282 feet below sea level, so that's negative. Below sea level is negative 282 feet. The elevation of Mount Davidson, it's 928 feet above sea level. The difference between these two elevations, so if we're going from positive 928 through 0 to 282, we have to add those two numbers together. So 928 plus 282, that's going to give us 1,210 feet. They want us to rewrite that as a subtraction problem. So you're going to have 928, difference means subtract, and this is 282 below sea level, so that's minus 282. So again, you're going to change the minus to a plus. The opposite of a negative 282 is positive 282, and so that's why we ended up with this addition problem right here. And this would go right here, but we all know I write way too big to fit it there. So that's 1,210 feet. Okay? For slide 2, it wants us to model using counter chips. The problem is 3 minus 5. So you're going to change the minus to a plus. The opposite of 5 is negative 5. So now we have 3 plus negative 5. Okay, so this is 3 plus negative 5. So we have 3 positives, just like earlier in the week. We now have 5 negatives. Remember, a negative and a positive cancel each other out. And whatever you're left with is your answer, which is negative 2. Okay, so now we have negative 4 minus 3. Sorry, I got to get rid of that line. Okay, so I'm going to change the minus to a plus. The opposite of a positive 3 is a negative 3. So now I have negative 4 plus negative 3. So using counter chips, I have 4 negatives plus 3 negatives. We don't have anything that cancels out, so our answer is negative 7. Okay, I'm going to have you try a couple on your own. You do not need to use integer chips right now. You can just do them the regular way. I'll try a couple with you, and then I'll have you do a couple on your own. So number 1, let's do negative 3 minus 5. Okay, so you're going to change the minus to a plus. The opposite of positive 5 is negative 5. Now we have same sign sum, so I'm going to add and keep the sign. Okay, let's do 2 minus negative 5. Change your minus to a plus. The opposite of a negative 5 is a positive 5. Now again, we have same sign sum, add and keep your sign. Negative 3 minus negative 2. Change the minus to a plus. The opposite of a negative 2 is a positive 2. Now we have different signs, different, so we subtract. And since we have more negative things, because 3 negatives is more than 2 positives, we're going to keep our answer as a negative 1. Okay, now I'm going to have you try 2 on your own. Let us do negative 5 minus 4, and then we'll do 1 minus 7. Okay, so try those 2 on your own, and then go ahead and come back when you're done. Okay, so for the first one, I changed my minus to a plus. The opposite of a positive 4 is a negative 4. And now I have same sign sum, so I add the 2 numbers and I keep the sign. For number 5, I changed the minus to a plus. The opposite of 7 is negative 7. Now I have different signs difference. 7 minus, except this is the wrong answer, so we need to cross that out. 7 minus 1 is 6, and keep the sign of the larger number, which is negative. Even the teacher makes mistakes. Okay, so we will work on this for the next couple days in class. Hope you guys had a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.